Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Life is not a game for the faint-hearted. It's not for the ones waiting on the sidelines, hoping, wishing, or dreaming. Life belongs to the bold, to those who dare to get up every day and face their fears head-on. You see, the secret to unstoppable motivation isn't hidden in a book or locked away in some far-off vault. It's inside you. It's that fire in your belly, that voice in your head telling you, you can do more, be more, achieve more. But here's the truth. Motivation alone is not enough. Motivation gets you started, but it's your commitment, your hunger, your unrelenting drive that keeps you going when the initial spark fades. Let me share something personal. There were times when I felt like giving up, times when I doubted my ability, when the weight of my dreams felt like too much to carry. But every single time I reminded myself, Les, you're not here to play small. You're here to make a difference. And so are you. The road to success is not paved with comfort. It's littered with challenges, setbacks, and moments of despair. But those moments are your greatest teachers. They test your resolve and show you what you're truly made of. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when you rise above the struggle. Here's the key. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop waiting for motivation to strike like lightning. You must learn to move, to act, to push yourself even when you don't feel like it. Because the truth is, action creates motivation, not the other way around. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you create momentum. Momentum is unstoppable. Surround yourself with greatness. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher, who remind you of the greatness within you. Don't spend your time with dream stealers, with people who tell you what's not possible. Those voices don't deserve space in your mind. And finally, never forget this: your dreams matter. Your life matters. You were put here for a purpose, and the world is waiting for you to unleash it. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let doubt derail you. You've got what it takes. You always did. So get up, take that first step, and let the world see the unstoppable force that you are. You've got greatness within you. Now let's go claim it. Your why must be stronger than your excuses, because without a compelling reason to push forward, the weight of challenges and setbacks will crush your nation. The truth is, life will always throw obstacles in your way: financial struggles, personal doubts, fears of failure, and the relentless opinions of others. These challenges aren't going anywhere. But if you have a why that burns brighter than all those excuses, nothing can stop you. Your why is the driving force that pulls you out of bed when you'd rather hit snooze. It's the vision that keeps you moving forward even when your legs are tired, your mind is weary, and the world seems determined to keep you down. The difference between people who achieve greatness and those who give up isn't talent or resources, it's the clarity and power of their why. When your purpose is crystal clear, you find a way no matter what stands in your path. Think about this. Excuses are easy. They whisper to you in moments of doubt, convincing you that it's okay to settle, to quit, to take the easy road. They tell you you're too tired, you don't have time, enough, just too hard. Excuses are comfortable, but they are also thieves. They rob you of your potential and keep you locked in the cycle of mediocrity. The only thing that can overpower them is a why so strong it drowns out their noise. Maybe your why is your family. Maybe it's the dream of financial freedom, the desire to leave a legacy, or the burning need to prove to yourself that you are capable of more. Whatever it is, it has to light a fire in your soul. It has to be big enough to make your excuses feel small. Your why has to be so deeply rooted in your heart that no matter how tired you are, no matter how many times you fall, you'll always find the strength to get back up. Let me tell you something. When your why is strong, you'll stop at nothing. You'll stop looking for reasons why you can't and start finding solutions. You'll stop waiting for the right time, because you'll know there is no right time, there's only why. A powerful why turns fear into fuel. It takes pain and turns it into power. It silences the voice that says I can't and replaces it with one that says I must. But here's the catch: your why can't just live in your head. It has to live in your heart. It has to be so real, so vivid that you can feel it. Close your eyes and picture it. See yourself living that dream, reaching that goal, becoming the person you've always known you could be. Feel the joy, the pride, the fulfillment. Hold on to that feeling because your anchor. It's what you'll hold on to when the waves of doubt and fear threaten to pull you under. Excuses will always be there tempting you to give in, but when your why is strong, they lose their power. They become just noise in the background. You realize that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. You understand that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to life you're meant to live. So I ask you, what is your why? What is that thing that sets your soul on fire? What is the reason you refuse to quit, no matter how hard it gets? Find it, hold on to it, let it guide you, fuel you, and remind you that you are stronger than any excuse. Because when your why is bigger than your excuses, there's nothing in this world that can stop you. Pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Those 7 words hold the power to change the trajectory of a life, to shift a mindset, and to fuel the kind of resilience that leads to greatness. Pain is a moment of fleeting experience that tests your strength and your resolve. It feels overwhelming in the moment, but it always passes, just as every storm eventually clears. Quitting, on the other hand, is permanent. It leaves a mark that doesn't fade, it etches itself into your soul as regret, a constant reminder of what could have been. When you're in the middle of pain, it feels endless, whether it's physical exhaustion, emotional turmoil, or frustration with constant setbacks. It's easy to believe the struggle will never end. But here's the truth, pain is a teacher. It's not there to break you, it's there to shape you, to mold you into someone stronger, wiser, and more resilient. The key is to remember that pain is not permanent. It is a test of your commitment, your discipline, and your ability to persevere when everything inside you screams for relief. Think about this, every time you push through pain, you're building strength. You're proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you thought. Pain stretches you beyond your limits and forces you to grow. It's in those moments when you want to quit but choose to keep going that you discover who you really are. You don't grow when things are easy, you grow when things are hard. When the road gets rough, then quitting feels like the only option. But quitting leaves a scar. It's a decision that echoes far beyond the moment you make it. Quitting feels like relief in the short term, but it carries a cost. The pain of quitting doesn't immediate comes later in the quiet moment with your thoughts. It comes when you see others achieving what you once dreamed of and wonder what could have been if you had just held on a little longer. It comes when you reflect on the opportunities you let slip away because the discomfort felt too great. That pain of regret is far heavier than the temporary pain of pushing forward. Greatness is never achieved without pain. The most successful people in the world have all faced moments of doubt, struggle, and overwhelming pain. But they didn't let it stop them. They understood that pain was part of the process, a necessary step on the path to achieving their dreams. They embraced the discomfort, knowing it was a sign they were growing, pushing boundaries, and moving closer to their goals. They chose the pain of perseverance over the pain of regret. The truth is, you're stronger than you think. Your mind will try to convince you otherwise, telling you that you can't handle the discomfort, that you're not capable, that quitting is the easier path. But those thoughts are lies. You are capable of enduring far more than you realize. Pain is temporary, it may last for a minute, an hour, or even a second. And when it does, you'll be left with the pride of knowing you didn't give up. Every time you push through pain, you're proving something to yourself. You're showing yourself that you're not defined by your circumstances, your failures, or your setbacks. You're defined by your persistence, your resilience, and your refusal to quit. Pain is a moment, but quitting is forever. It's the difference between living with pride and living with regret. So the next time you feel like giving up, remember this, the pain you're feeling is temporary. It's a passing storm, not a permanent state. Quitting, however, lasts forever. It leaves a legacy of what if and if only. Push through the pain. Embrace it as part of your journey. Because on the other side of that pain is growth, strength, and the life you were meant to live. Don't let the temporary discomfort of today rob you of the greatness that awaits you tomorrow. Keep going. You are stronger than the pain, and you are worthy of the rewards waiting for you on the other side. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, because the company you keep has the power to shape your destiny. You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. Their beliefs, their habits, their energy, it all seeps into your life in ways you might not even realize. If you want to grow, achieve your dreams, and become the best version of yourself, you must be intentional about the people you allow into your circle. The right relationships can elevate you, while the wrong ones can hold you back, sometimes without you even noticing. There is a certain magic that happens when you are in the presence of people who inspire you. They ignite something within you that might have been dormant, a spark, a belief, a hunger to do more, to be more. They remind you of what's possible, simply by the way they live their lives. These are the people who challenge the status quo, who refuse to settle for mediocrity, and who dare to chase their dreams with everything they've got. When you surround yourself with people like that, you can't help but feel their energy and want to rise to their level. But inspiration is only one piece of the puzzle. To truly grow, you also need people who challenge you. These are the ones who won't let you take the easy way out, who call you out when you're not living up to your potential. They're the ones who ask the tough questions, who hold you accountable, and who push you to step outside your comfort zone. It's not always easy to hear their feedback, but it's necessary. Growth never happens in comfort, and the people who challenge with you are the ones who push you toward your greatest potential. You have to be honest with yourself about the kind of people you're currently surrounding yourself with. Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they encouraging your growth or keeping you stagnant? Some relationships may feel comfortable because they don't demand anything of you, but comfort can be dangerous. Comfort can keep you in a place of complacency where you're not being stretched or challenged. If the people around you are content with mediocrity, it becomes all too easy for you to settle for it too. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with people who are constantly striving for more, their mindset begins to rub off on you. You start to see the world differently. You begin to believe that you too are capable of achieving great things. These people remind you of your potential, and they encourage you to take the steps necessary to reach it. They don't let you make excuses or settle for less than you're capable of. Instead, they push you to dream bigger, work harder, and stay focused on your goals. Building a circle of people who inspire and challenge you doesn't happen by accident. It requires intentionality. You have to seek out those individuals who align with your values and your vision for your life. They might be mentors, friends, colleagues, or even people you've never met but admire from afar. Surrounding yourself with greatness means being willing to let go of relationships that no longer serve you. It's not easy to walk away from people who have been a part of your life, but if they're not helping you grow, they're holding you back. The beauty of surrounding yourself with inspiring and challenging people is that it creates a cycle of growth. As you grow, you become an inspiration to others. You start to challenge the people around you to reach for more, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. This is how movements are built, how lives are changed, and how legacies are created. You have to protect your energy and your mindset by being mindful of who you let into your world. Choose people who believe in you, who see your potential, and who won't let you give up on yourself. Choose people who challenge you to think bigger, work harder, and be better. And most importantly, be that person for others. Be the one who inspires and challenges the people around you, because together we are stronger, bolder, and more capable of achieving greatness than we ever could be alone. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you, and watch how your life begins to transform. You'll find yourself dreaming bigger, pushing harder, and achieving more than you ever thought possible. That's the power of community, and that's the kind of life you deserve. Discipline, not motivation, builds consistency. While motivation can be a great spark to ignite action, it is fleeting and unreliable. It's easy to feel motivated when everything is going your way, when the excitement of a new goal or dream fills your mind. But what happens when that excitement fades? What happens when the obstacles appear, when the days get hard, and when the enthusiasm is nowhere to be found? That's where discipline steps in. Discipline is what carries you through when motivation abandons you. It's the muscle that strengthens your willpower and builds the foundation for lasting success. Motivation is emotional, and emotions are unpredictable. One day you're fired up and ready to tackle the world, and the next you're overwhelmed by doubt, fatigue, or frustration. If you rely on motivation to keep you moving forward, you set yourself up for inconsistency. You'll show up when you feel good, but what about the days when you don't? What about the moments when life feels heavy or the goal seems too far away? Discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline is the quiet voice that says, get up, do the work, stick to the plan, no matter how you feel. Consistency is the key to achieving any meaningful goal. And consistency is born from discipline. It's not about massive bursts of effort. It's about showing up day after day, even when you don't feel like it. It's the small, repetitive actions over time that create big results. Discipline turns those actions into habits, and habits are what define your success. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. Discipline ensures that you take the necessary steps even on the days when progress feels invisible. Think about the people you admire most, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the artists, the leaders. They didn't achieve their success by relying on motivation alone. They built their success through disciplined habits, through showing up when it was hard, through doing the work even when no one was watching. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. It's what turns a vision into reality, one small step at a time. Discipline is a decision. It's a commitment you make to yourself to prioritize action over excuses, progress over comfort. It's not something you're born with, it's something you cultivate through practice and intention. At first it feels uncomfortable, even unnatural, but the more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. Over time it becomes second nature. You no longer have to rely on willpower to take action, because the habits you build take over. Discipline transforms into a lifestyle. The beauty of discipline is that it empowers you to create momentum, and momentum is what keeps you going. When you take action consistently, you start to see results. Those results fuel your belief in yourself, which in turn motivates you to keep going. But the initial spark, the thing that keeps you moving long enough to create that momentum, is always discipline. Discipline also teaches you resilience. It reminds you that success isn't about perfection or never failing, it's about persistence and bouncing back. Motivation might falter in the face of failure, but discipline pushes you to try again. It gives you the strength to embrace the process, to trust that the effort you're putting in today will pay off in the future. Discipline shifts your focus from immediate gratification to long-term growth. It's not about how you feel in the moment, it's about staying true to your goals and your vision no matter what. You can't wait to feel ready. You can't rely on bursts of motivation to carry you through. If you want to achieve consistency, you have to choose discipline. You have to show up on the days when it's hard, on the days when progress feels slow, on the days when quitting seems easier. Discipline is the quiet force that keeps you moving forward, step by step, day by day. It's not glamorous and it's not always easy, but it is powerful. The truth is, discipline builds character. It teaches you that you're stronger than your excuses, more capable than your doubts, and more resilient than you realize. It builds a sense of pride and confidence that motivation alone could never provide. When you look back and see how far you've come, not because of bursts of excitement, but because of steady, consistent effort, you realize the value of discipline. Discipline, not motivation, is the bridge between goals and achievement. It's what transforms dreams into reality. So don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect feeling. Choose discipline, build consistency, and watch how your life changes in extraordinary ways. Turn your setbacks into comebacks by reframing your mindset, because the way you view challenges determines how you respond to them. Life is full of obstacles, failures, and moments that feel like the end of the road. But those moments aren't the end, they're opportunities in disguise, lessons waiting to be uncovered. The key to transforming a setback into a comeback lies in how you perceive it. You have the power to choose your perspective, to see the struggle not as a defeat, but as a stepping stone to something greater. A setback is only permanent if you let it be. When you face failure, rejection, or disappointment, it's natural to feel frustrated, discouraged, or even defeated. But those emotions don't have to define your next move. You can choose to see a setback as a temporary detour, not a dead end. It's not the situation itself that holds you back, it's how you interpret it. If you view it as proof that you're not good enough, you'll stop trying. But if you view it as feedback, as a chance to learn, adjust, and grow, it becomes a launching pad for your comeback. Reframing your mindset means shifting your focus from what you've lost to what you can gain. Every setback carries within it a lesson, a piece of wisdom that can guide you toward a better version of yourself. It's not about ignoring the pain or pretending the challenge doesn't exist. It's about recognizing that pain is part of growth and that challenges are opportunities to build resilience. When you embrace this perspective, you take control of your narrative. You're no longer a victim of your circumstances, you become the hero of your story. Setbacks often reveal weaknesses, gaps, or areas for improvement. That's not something to fear, it's something to embrace. When you experience failure, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to get better? These questions turn frustration into curiosity and despair into determination. They shift your energy from feeling stuck to taking action. The greatest comebacks are born not from avoiding failure, but from leaning into it, understanding it, and using it as fuel for your next move. Your mindset is your greatest tool for resilience. When you reframe a setback, you change the narrative in your head. Instead of saying, I failed, you say, I learned. Instead of thinking, this is the end, you think, this is the beginning of something new. These small shifts in language and perspective have a profound impact on your ability to bounce back. They empower you to see possibilities where others see dead ends. They remind you that no failure is final and that every experience, no matter how difficult, is part of your journey. Turning a setback into a comeback also means refusing to let the opinions of others define your worth. People may judge you, criticize you, or doubt your ability to rise again. But their opinions are not your reality. The only voice that matters is the one inside your head. And you have the power to make it a voice of encouragement and belief. When you focus on your own growth and progress, rather than the judgments of others, you free yourself to pursue your goals without fear. The road to a comeback isn't easy, but it's worth it. It requires persistence, patience, and an unwavering belief in your ability to overcome. It means showing up every day, even when the progress feels invisible, even when the odds seem stacked against you. It means celebrating small wins and refusing to let temporary setbacks overshadow your long-term vision. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are moving closer to your comeback. The greatest success stories are born from moments of failure. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who never fall, they are the ones who refuse to stay down. They use every setback as an opportunity to come back stronger, wiser, and more determined. They don't let failure define them because they understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. Your mindset is the foundation of your resilience. When you choose to reframe setbacks as opportunities, you unlock a power within yourself that no obstacle can take away. You gain clarity, strength, and the ability to keep moving forward no matter what. So when life knocks you down, don't let it keep you there. Rise up, reframe your mindset, and turn your setback into the greatest comeback of your life. Because the story isn't over until you say it is, and your best chapter is still ahead. Feed your mind with positivity and personal growth every day, because what you consume mentally shapes the way you think, feel, and act. Just as your body requires the right nourishment to stay healthy, your mind thrives when it is fed with thoughts, ideas, and influences that empower and uplift you. In a world filled with negativity, distractions, and self-doubt, it is essential to take control of what you allow into your mental space. Your mindset is the foundation of your success, happiness, and resilience, and it is your responsibility to nurture it daily. Every day you're bombarded with information, from the news you watch, to the conversations you have, to the content you scroll through on social media. Everything you take in either lifts you up or pulls you down. If you're not intentional about feeding your mind with positivity, it's easy to get overwhelmed by the negativity that surrounds you. Negativity breeds fear, doubt, and insecurity. It narrows your perspective, making you focus on what's wrong instead of what's possible. But when you feed your mind with positivity, you create space for hope, creativity, and the belief that you can overcome any challenge. Positivity is not about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what's good, what's working, and what you can control. It's about surrounding yourself with messages and influences that encourage you to keep going, even when times are tough. This could mean listening to inspiring podcasts, reading books that challenge and expand your thinking, or engaging with people who uplift and motivate you. Every positive thought, idea, or interaction is like fuel for your mental engine, propelling you forward toward your goals. Personal growth is equally important. Feeding your mind with positivity is only half the equation. You must also invest in it. Growth happens when you step outside your comfort zone and challenge yourself to become better. It's about seeking knowledge that empowers you, practicing habits that strengthen you, and embracing the mindset that you are always a work in progress. Personal growth is not a one-time event. It's a daily commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Imagine the difference it would make if you devoted even 30 minutes a day to personal growth. Over time, those small, consistent efforts add up. You begin to think differently, act differently, and approach challenges with greater confidence and clarity. You start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. That's the power of feeding your mind with growth that expands your capacity to achieve, to adapt, and to thrive in any situation. To feed your mind with positivity and personal growth, you must first be mindful of what you're consuming. Are you surrounding yourself with negative influences, toxic conversations, or limiting beliefs? If so, it's time to make a change. Start by replacing those influences with ones that inspire and empower you. Choose books, podcasts, videos, and mentors that align with your goals and values. Create a morning routine that sets the tone for a positive and productive day. Fill your environment with affirmations, vision boards, or reminders of what you're working toward. Consistency is key. Feeding your mind with positivity and personal growth is not something you do once and forget about. It's a daily practice, a habit that requires intention and effort. Some days it will feel easier than others. But even on the hard days, especially on the hard days, you must commit to nurturing your mind. Because what you feed your mind today will determine the thoughts you think tomorrow, the actions you take, and the life you create. When you make positivity and personal growth a priority, you start to notice a shift. You become more resilient in the face of adversity. Your perspective widens, allowing you to see possibilities instead of problems. You develop a sense of purpose and direction, fueled by the belief that you are capable of more. You stop reacting to life and start creating it, one intentional thought and action at a time. Your mind is your most powerful asset, and it deserves to be treated with care. Feed it with positivity to build strength and hope. Feed it with personal growth to expand your potential and unlock new levels of achievement. This daily practice will not only transform the way you think, it will transform the way you live. The world may throw challenges your way, but when your mind is strong, focused, and filled with positivity, there is nothing you cannot overcome. Make the commitment today to feed your mind with the nourishment it needs to thrive, and watch as your life begins to reflect the power of that choice. Take action even when you don't feel ready. Action fuels momentum. Far too often we wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect level of confidence before we begin. But the truth is, that perfect moment rarely comes. Waiting for readiness is a trap that keeps us stuck in a cycle of hesitation and inaction. The secret to progress, to growth, and to success lies in moving forward even when you feel uncertain or unprepared. Action, no matter how small, has the power to build momentum, and momentum is what carries you toward your goals. The feeling of being ready is deceptive. We tell ourselves that we need more time, more knowledge, or more resources before we can begin. But readiness is often a state of mind, not a reality. It is the product of fear and doubt convincing us to stay where we are, safe within our comfort zone. The problem is, growth doesn't happen in comfort. Growth happens in action and taking that first step, even when you're unsure of the outcome. The act of starting is what creates clarity, confidence, and the momentum to keep moving. Action creates momentum because it disrupts inertia. When you're standing still, it's easy to overthink, to second guess yourself, and to get lost in the endless loop of what ifs. But the moment you take even the smallest step, you break that cycle. You shift your energy from thinking to doing, from planning to executing. That first step might feel insignificant, but it sets a chain reaction in motion. One step leads to another, and before you know it, you've built a rhythm, momentum that propels you forward. Momentum is powerful because it feeds on itself. The more you do, the more confidence you build. The more confidence you build, the more willing you are to take the next step. Each action reinforces the belief that you are capable, that you are making progress, and that your efforts are leading somewhere meaningful. Momentum turns small actions into big results over time. It's not about taking perfect action, it's about taking consistent action. When you wait until you feel ready, you miss opportunities. Opportunities rarely wait for perfect timing. They show up when you least expect them, often before you feel prepared. If you hesitate, they pass you by. The people who achieve the most in life are not the ones who wait for readiness, they're the ones who seize opportunities, who act even when they feel unprepared. They understand that readiness is a product of action, not a prerequisite for it. Taking action when you don't feel ready requires courage, but it also builds courage. Each time you step into uncertainty, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your doubts. You build resilience, adaptability, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. These qualities are essential for success because no journey is free of obstacles or surprises. The ability to act despite uncertainty is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Action also creates learning. You can only prepare so much in theory. True growth and understanding come from doing. When you take action, you gain real-world experience. You learn what works and what doesn't. You refine your approach, adjust your strategy, and discover solutions you never could have anticipated from the sidelines. Every action, Even the ones that don't go as planned brings you closer to your goal by providing valuable lessons. The fear of failure often holds us back from taking action, but failure is not the end, it's part of the process. Every successful person has faced failures along the way. They didn't let those failures stop them, they used them as stepping stones. Taking action, even imperfect action, is better than doing nothing at all. Inaction guarantees failure, while action, no matter how uncertain, creates the possibility of success. Action is the antidote to fear and doubt. When you take action, you shift your focus from worrying about what could go wrong to engaging with what you can make happen. You take control of your narrative. You stop being a passive observer of your life and become an active participant. You realize that progress isn't about knowing everything, it's about moving forward with what you have and trusting that you'll figure out the rest along the way. Momentum doesn't come from waiting. It comes from taking that first, often uncomfortable step. It comes from showing up, doing the work, and staying consistent even when you're unsure of the outcome. Each step you take builds confidence, clarity, and a sense of purpose. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. So don't wait for the perfect moment, because it may never come. Take action now, even if it feels messy or incomplete. Trust that each step will bring you closer to where you want to be. Action fuels momentum, and momentum creates progress. The journey to your goals begins with a single step. Take it and let the momentum carry you forward.